Yes.
Power of the mind.
Power of the mind, no. No, definitely not. The power of the mind would not be capable of pulling off something of that magnitude. It would be an impossibility. We do not have that kind of power. Resonating at that frequency, what does that mean? No. Yes. The power of the gods.
Yeah.
Now we're cooking.
Yeah.
That burnt your ancestor knows.
Who knows? I really like to talk to them, and that maybe they did. But whatever the case may be, and I have some other videos later, the ashe of their divine parents clearly was in action. That is not something that could ever happen. Yes, you could win the lotto one time. You might win a few scratch-offs for $500, you know. But to win the lottery 3 times, it's not happening. Unless the gods are involved. How do we become more powerful? There are a lot of people that are walking around that are basically resigning themselves to the powerlessness of the forces. Most people are being controlled by the elements. Before antiquity, we used to control the elements. When you get to a point to where you can control the situations around you, then you will graduate into being able to control and wield divine power. And that is a divine birthright that you have, but you have to earn it first. It's not going to just be, hi, I'm divine power, I'd like to give you my... It doesn't work that way. Becoming more powerful is using the tools that allow you to override the impediment of being controlled by the forces that rule our dimension of reality. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, I've actually heard some people question the Jade Emperor. There's an Asian god on there. Don't you have anything with black people on it? Hell no. Hell no.
Yeah.
So, what I politely pose to people is that, first of all, we have to get beyond our prejudice.
That's right.
We have to get beyond our dislike of anything that doesn't look like you.
That's right.
Because what if the God said, he's not green, not dealing with you? So, there are programs running in our consciousness that we need to stop. Racism is one of them. Prejudice is another. Spirit of lack is another. I have the proof that substantiates the fact that this Asian god has done more for our ancestors than some of the other gods that you might have been praying to. This is the Jade Emperor. And by the way, somebody says, well, I don't want to use that. Then I say, pull the money out of you. If there's a $20 bill, who's on that bill? Okay. You're not on it.
That's real talk.
And you spend it every day. And you work hard for it, don't you?
Yeah.
So why would you be prejudiced against a God that answered your ancestors? Because our ancestors said, you know, we're tired of struggling. We like the candy, we like the flowers and the fruit and the Juneteenth and all of that stuff. That's cute.
Right.
But we need more.
Right.
So some people are so deeply entrenched in their habits that they don't want to introduce something that's new. And that's a recipe for failure.
That's right.
Because everything in the universe has to grow, including you.
That's right.
But some people will willingly, voluntarily stay in stagnation and not grow. And that's the opposite of what the creator of all intended. So some of our ancestors had debts. that are affecting you. If you had a great grandfather that owned some land and it was taken from him, and the energy of that debt, which proprietarily belongs to you, and that debt wasn't settled, it's going to affect you because you are his living descendant. The energy of debts don't go anywhere. It stays here on the earthly plane, and the ancestors go to the great beyond, or not. So one of the things we can do, now the Jade Emperor saw this as a problem and said, you know, okay, I'm going to add my energy to this, and I'm going to create something that will allow people to go beyond and send energy to their ancestors so that their ancestors, you know, some of your ancestors are actually in a hell that they believed to be true when they lived on earth. And they're still there, burning in hell. There's a part of it that's real and there's a part that's not real. But here's the truth though, and this is very scary. The Creator gave you all the power.
So you want to do it the hard way, huh?